This training video is for Dash and the compliance management. Dash is basically a project management system that allows us to keep jobs moving forward. It does not work as well as MISOtask, where it's task-driven. This has generalizations. It has a workflow just to kind of push general tasks like signing of documents, starting a claim, and starting of a job, taking pictures, things like that for a project management all in one spot. Dash does have its own compliance manager, the compliance task fire off of basically the job workflow. Water job is different than a workflow of a remodel job or a repair job. So each job individually is important due to their workflow. When you come across a task, there's a couple ways of doing it. One is below in your compliance manager. This will only be for you. This basically will tell you any compliance task that you have on any particular project. Your customer name is here, your job number, which includes the division. This would be a pack out sub, a textile sub, a water job, so on and so forth. When it's red, it means that you went late on your task. In this case, where it's Jennifer Oliva, schedule the pack back, we had issues with getting permit times, so the allotted days are well over it. But an item like that is not a problem being late, but you don't want to consistently be late on your task if you have control over it. Some of these tasks do fire off automatic emails to the service email address. So it allows you to go ahead and do things. Now we do have tasks from our Joe Smith job that we've been going across with our training. You'll see some are red, some are yellow, which means they're due to be overdue shortly. In this case, 1 hour and 45 minutes. And then there's green task, meaning that things are still due and it's not that close to coming up. I believe it turns yellow when it's within the last 25% of the time allotted to complete that task. That's one way to handle this. Another way to do this is to go through our compliance manager. When you're in your compliance manager, besides yourself, you can see the company-wide task, or you can pull up individual tasks for people. If we wanted to bring up admins, we can hit the go button and see where everything is for admin. So right now we have the pack out for Blatau. We're waiting to collect payment, but we haven't been able to pack it back yet. Once you do complete a task, you cannot go back on it, and that's important to know. So you don't complete a task unless you know it's definitely done. If we have a task like this, collect final invoice for the Fiorenza reconstruction job. We know that we're waiting on something from a mortgage company, so that's why it's red here. Send the final invoice. I do believe that we have not sent these out because we're waiting on certain things on jobs. Somebody might have clicked the task off too soon for a complete job when it's not necessarily complete. Collect final payments, you're gonna see on the admin side that you're gonna see a lot of that, or send final invoices. In order to process one, we'll go back to my homepage. We'll process one of the ones in the test job, which is the Joe Smith job. If it's Joe Smith, you can go ahead and you can pull it up if you want in the project alone. So hit this, it'll open up a new tab, and you could go ahead, come on down and see the compliance task due for Joe Smith's job. In this case, we want to complete the task for a thorough post note or post inspection note. We would click on the blue part here, and this is requiring us to put a note in here. So test, this is a test note. Our post-inspection note involves everything when we inspected the job from top to bottom on what happened. At that point, if we have somebody we need to include on this note, primary adjuster or the customer, our inside or internal participants, that would be the supervisor would be Dan, the coordinator would be Fred McKnight, marketing manager, who will get tagged on a lot, especially on a post-inspection notes. You could put that in there and it will go ahead and it'll allow that note to send a direct email to that person. You could also type in somebody else's email if it's not in the system. I won't tag Freddie on this, but we will complete this task. Because it's late, it's going to ask us for a reason why it's late. In this case, it's really just for training purposes. Go through the list, see what does apply. In this case, there's nothing that will apply, so I'm just going to put other and hit save. That is how to process a compliance task. And once again, when you're on your home screen, you will see your compliance task. You'll notice that that thorough post-inspection note is now gone. It's no longer there. If for some reason something is to be rejected, and you can only reject a task with management approval. In this case, upload inspection photos. Well, this is a fake job. So if we had to reject it, we can click on the box here. Reject reason. We'll say completed outside of action item, non-result, whatever it may be. We'll say documentation not required. Hit the reject button, and there goes. So now you don't have to worry about having a late task as long as there's no need to complete that task. On the right here, these are all your pending tasks that are open. The next one is completed tasks. So you could see if somebody rejected something by this X. So if I come in here and audit it, I'll see if somebody rejected it. And then the last one is all tasks. We typically work within pending and completed tasks. If for some reason this upload work authorization or this marketing follow-up does not apply to me and it applies to another person, we would click on the box, come to the reassign to employee, find the proper employee, which would be admin, let's say, and hit reassign. That will send an automatic email to admin letting them know that they have a new task that was reassigned to them. Reassigning of a task is tremendously important. This way the right person is the one that's doing everything. That is basically completion of a task. Again, if you need to go ahead and see where all of your tasks are, go to the More button, Compliance Manager. And from the Compliance Manager, you can go ahead and click, let's use my name again, hit go, and I'll see all my tasks. So it allows me to get a quick view on everything without losing anything. If you have any questions about compliance task and you're not sure on what to do, definitely consult a superior. Thank you for your time today.